Hello and welcome back to a Chronological Bible in your reading plan. Today is day 198 and we are reading Isaiah 18 through 22. Isaiah 18. Woe to the land shadowed with whirring wings, which is beyond the rivers of Cush, which sends envoys by sea, even in vessels of reed on the waters, saying, Go, swift messengers, to a nation tall and smooth-skinned, to a people dreaded from their beginning onward, a nation mighty and trampling, whose land the rivers divide. All inhabitants of the world, and you that dwell on the earth, when a banner is lifted up on the mountains, look, and when a ram's horn is blown, hear. For thus Yahweh said to me, I am still, and I watch in my dwelling place like dazzling heat and sunshine, like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. For before harvest, when the bud is perfect and the sour grape is ripening in the flower, then he shall cut off the twigs with pruning hooks, and shall cut down and take away the spreading branches. They are left together for the mountain birds of prey and for the beasts of the earth. And the birds of prey shall summer on them, and all the beasts of the earth winter on them. In that time a present shall be brought to Yahweh of hosts from a people tall and smooth-skinned, and from a people awesome from their beginning onward. A nation, a nation mighty and trampling, whose land the rivers have divided, to the place of the name of Yahweh of hosts, to Mount Zion. Chapter 19. The message concerning Mitzrayim, which is Egypt. See, Yahweh is riding on a swift cloud, and he shall come into Mitzrayim. And the idols of Mitzrayim shall tremble at his presence, and the heart of Mitzrayim melt in its midst. And I shall stir up Mitzrites against Mitzrites, and they shall fight, each one against his brother, and each one against his neighbor, city against city, reign against reign. And the spirit of Mitzrayim shall vanish within them, and I destroy their counsel. And they shall seek the idols, and the mutterers, the mediums, and the sorcerers. And I shall deliver the Mitzrites into the hand of a cruel master, and a fierce sovereign to rule over them, declares the Adon, Yahweh of hosts, which Adon means master. And waters shall fail from the sea, and the river wasted and dried up. And the rivers shall stink, and the streams shall be weak and dried up. Reeds and rushes shall wither. Bare places by the river, by the mouth of the river, and every sown field by the river shall wither. It shall be driven away and be no more. And the fishermen shall lament, and all those who cast hooks into the rivers shall mourn, and they who spread nets on the waters shall pine away. And those who work in fine flax, and those who weave fine fabric shall become ashamed. And its foundation shall be crushed, all the wage workers grieved in being. The princes of Zoan are only fools. The counsel of Pharaoh's wise ones have become senseless. How do you say to Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient sovereigns? Where are they? Where are your wise men? Let them show you, and let them know what Yahweh of hosts has counseled against Mitzrayim. The princes of Zoan have become fools. The princes of Noph are deceived. They, the cornerstone of her tribes, have led Mitzrayim astray. Yahweh has mixed a perverse spirit in her midst, and they have led Mitzrayim astray in all her work, as a drunkard strays in his vomit. And there is no work for Mitzrayim, by either head or tail, palm branch or bulrush. In that day Mitzrayim shall become like women, and tremble in fear because of the waving of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he waves over it. And the land of Yehudah shall be a fear to Mitzrayim. Everyone who mentions it fears for himself because of the counsel of Yahweh of hosts, which she has counseled against it. In that day 5 cities in the land of Mitzrayim shall speak the language of Canaan, and swear by Yahweh of hosts. One is called the city of destruction. In that day an altar to Yahweh shall be in the midst of the land of Mitzrayim, and a standing column to Yahweh at its border. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness to Yahweh of hosts in the land of Mitzrayim. When they cry to Yahweh because of the oppressors, he sends them a Savior and an Elohim, and shall deliver them. And Yahweh shall be known to Mitzrayim, and the Mitzrites shall know Yahweh in that day, and make slaughtering and meal offering, and shall make a vow to Yahweh and pay it. And Yahweh shall smite Mitzrayim, smite it and heal it. And they shall turn to Yahweh, and he shall hear them and heal them. In that day there shall be a highway from Mitzrayim to Ashur, and Ashur shall come into Mitzrayim, and Mitzrayim into Ashur, and Mitzrayim shall serve with Ashur. In that day Yisrael shall be one of three with Mitzrayim and Ashur, even a barakah, which means a blessing, in the midst of the earth, whom Yahuwah of hosts shall barak, which means bless, saying, Baruch, blessed is Mitzrayim my people, and Ashur the work of my hands, and Yisrael my inheritance. Chapter 20. In the year that Tartan came to Ashdod, when Sargon the sovereign of Ashur sent him, and he fought against Ashdod and took it, at that same time Yahuwah spoke by means of Yeshayahu son of Amoz, saying, Go and remove the sackcloth from your body, and take your sandals off your feet. And he did so, walking naked and barefoot. And Yahuwah said, As my servant Yeshayahu has walked naked and barefoot 3 years for a sign and a wonder against Mitzrayim and Cush, so does the sovereign of Ashur lead away the captives of Mitzrayim and the exiles of Cush, young and old, naked and barefoot, with their buttocks uncovered, the shame of Mitzrayim. And they shall be afraid and ashamed of Cush, their expectation, and of Mitzrayim, their boast. And the inhabitant of this coastland shall say in that day, See, such is our expectation, wherever we flee for help to be delivered from the sovereign of Ashur, and how do we escape? Chapter 21. The message concerning the wilderness of the sea. As whirlwinds in the Negeb sweep on, so it comes from the wilderness. From an awesome land. A distressing vision is revealed to me. The treacherous betrays and the ravager ravages. Go up, O Elam. Besiege, O Madai. All the groaning I bring to an end. Therefore my loins are filled with anguish. Pangs have seized me, like the pangs of a woman in labor. I was distressed when I heard it. I was troubled when I saw it. My heart reeled. Horror overwhelmed me. The night for which I longed he turned into fear for me. Prepare the table, spread the mat, eat and drink. Arise, you princes, anoint the shield. For Yahuwah has said this to me. Go, appoint a watchman, let him declare what he sees. And he saw a chariot with a pair of horsemen, a chariot of donkeys, and a chariot of camels, and he listened attentively, very attentively. Then he cried, A lion, O Yahuwah! I stand continually on the watchtower in the daytime, and I have sat on my post every night. And see this, a chariot of men coming with a pair of horsemen. And he spoke up and said, Babel is fallen, and all the carved images of her mighty ones he has broken to the ground. O my threshing and the grain of my floor, that which I have heard from Yahuwah of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, I have declared to you. The message concerning Duma. He calls to me out of Seir, Watchman, how much of the night is past? Watchman, how much of the night has passed? The watchman said, Morning came and also the night. If you inquire, inquire. Come again. The message concerning Arabia. In the forest in Arabia you stay, O you traveling companies of Dedanites. You who dwell in the land of Temah, bring water to him who is thirsty. Meet the fugitive with bread. For they fled from the swords, from the drawn sword, from the bent bow, and from the stress of battle. For thus Yahuwah has said to me, Within a year, according to the year of a hired man, all the esteem of Kedar shall come to an end. And the rest of the number of archers, the mighty men of the people of Kedar, shall be few. For Yahuwah Elohim of Yisrael has spoken. Chapter 22. The message concerning the valley of Hezion. What troubles you now that you have all gone up to the housetops, you who are filled with turmoils, a noisy city, a city of revelry? Your slain are not slain with the sword, nor the dead in battle. All your rulers have fled together. Without a bow they were taken captive. All who are found in you are bound together, who have fled from afar. Therefore I said, Look away from me, let me weep bitterly. Do not try to comfort me because of the ravaging of the daughter of my people. For it is a day of uproar and treading down and perplexity by the Adon Yahuwah of hosts in the valley of Hezion, breaking down of a wall and of crying to the mountain. And Elam bore the quiver with chariots of men and horsemen, and Kir bared the shield. And it shall be that your choicest valleys shall be filled with chariots, and the horsemen shall take up positions at the gate. Then he removed the covering of Yehudah, And you looked in that day to the weapons of the house of the forest, and you saw the branches of the city of David, that it was great. And you gathered together the waters of the lower pool, and you counted the houses of Jerusalem, and the houses you broke down to strengthen the wall. And you dug a ditch between the two walls for the water of the old pool. But you have not looked to its maker, nor have you seen him who fashioned it long ago. And in that day the Adon Yahuwah of hosts called for weeping and for mourning, for baldness and for girding with sackcloth. Then see, joy and gladness, slaying oxen and killing sheep, eating meat and drinking wine. Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. And it was revealed in my hearing by Yahuwah of hosts, for this wickedness shall certainly not be pardoned until you die, said the Adon Yahuwah of hosts. Thus said the Adon Yahuwah of hosts, Go, come to the steward, to Shebna, who is over the house, and say, What have you here, and whom have you here, that you have hewn a tomb here, as he who hews himself a tomb on high, cutting out a resting place for himself in a rock? See, Yahuwah is hurling you away, O man, and is firmly grasping you, rolling you up tightly like a ball into a wide land. There you are to die, and there your esteemed chariots are to be the shame of your master's house. And I shall drive you from your office, and you shall be ousted from your position. And it shall be in that day that I shall call my servant Eliakim son of Hilkiah, and I shall put your robe on him, and strengthen him with your girdle, and give your authority into his hand. And he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to the house of Yehudah. And I shall place the key of the house of David on his shoulder, and he shall open, and no one shuts, and shall shut, and no one opens. And I shall fasten him like a peg in a steadfast place, and he shall become a throne of esteem to his father's house. And they shall hang on him all the weight of his father's house, the offspring and the offshoots, all vessels of small quantity, from the cups to all the jars. In that day, declares Yahuwah of hosts, the peg that is fastened in the steadfast place shall be removed and be cut down and fall, and the burden that was on it shall be cut off, for Yahuwah has spoken. And that concludes our reading for today. As always, thank you for joining, and I hope you are reading along and reading for yourself. And peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.